What's up, crazy? This is Awesome Go Crazy coming at you with another Awesome Go history video. That's right, I'm back. Now, I'm sorry if I'm a little bit off. My voice is a little sketchy. I've been sick this past week and it's just bleh. I should tune on a cough drop so that way I don't cough all the time throughout the video. Now, without further ado, let's get to number 1 out of the 5 tips to help keep your antiques well preserved. Now, first going to want to keep them out of sunlight. How is this going to help? Well, in the case of metal antiques, this will help keep them from rusting. In the case of things that have been painted, it's going to help keep that paint from fading out or potentially chipping or flaking off. And also in the case of leather antiques, this is going to help keep that leather from drying out and just basically flaking apart. It's not fun if that happens. Now, number 2. Number 2 is going to be, you want to make sure that your moisture levels, wherever you're storing your antiques, are at a good, solid, level. Because if you have too high of a moisture for metal antiques, it can cause them to rust, especially if they are also exposed to sunlight. Now, in the case of leather antiques, this isn't quite so bad, because the moisture can in some ways actually help keep the leather moist to keep it from drying out. So you really want to make sure that you have a decent moisture level for each, different kind of antiques that you have. Now, if the antiques are just going to be inside, in your bedroom, it doesn't typically matter, at least not if you have a good AC and heater. Just make sure that it's not so moist that it's gonna, rust your metals, and not too dry that it's gonna, maybe help dry out your leathers. So definitely keep an eye on that moisture and humidity level. Now, number 3, you're gonna want to wear gloves. Now, you might have seen in some of my previous videos that I actually wear gloves. Why do I do this? This is so that the oils from my hands and any moisture that I have on them or dirt or whatever does not get on the antiques themselves and cause them to rust, decay, or do anything else to harm them. You don't want to do this. And this is especially true if you have books. If you have antique books, you're definitely going to want to wear gloves, because that can definitely help the paper to decay if you don't wear them. As I said, from the oils and dirt and stuff on your fingers. If nothing else, at least wash your hands and then dry them incredibly well right before you handle your antiques, if you want to keep them the best, most preserved as you possibly can keep them. Now, number 4. Number 4 is going to be, if you're going to clean your antiques, just dust them off, with like a feather duster or a dry cloth or paper towel. You don't want to do it with a wet cloth or paper towel or anything like that, because, as I said, at least with metals, moisture is your enemy. Don't do that. Just use a dry, feather duster, swiffer, paper towel, cloth, whatever. Just make sure it's dry and that it can take out the dust and dirt and whatever you have to clean off your antiques. Just don't use water or soap or anything else. Just keep it dry. Now, number 5. Never, and I repeat, never, ever, I must emphasize this, never, I don't know how many people actually do this, but just want to get it out there, never shoot your antiques with a bazooka. Don't. It's a bad idea. It can obliterate your antiques and totally and completely make them, in some ways, inoperable if you have an antique that actually works or function, or in some ways just make it visibly unappealing. Just don't do it. It's terrible. It'll wreck your antiques like you wouldn't believe. I can guarantee that. Now, thank you guys for watching the video. I hope you liked it. If you did, give it a like. If you disliked it, well, I guess you can dislike it too and give it a thumbs down, I guess. If you guys have any suggestions for what I should do in one of my next videos, then what you should do is hit me up in the comments below. Also, leave a comment if you think I should have included something else in this video, or if I got something wrong, definitely give me, some info as to whether I got something wrong. I like to know these things so that I can grow and learn. Also, make sure you subscribe and hit that little bell icon so that you can stay notified whenever I post a video. Until next time, this has been Awesome Go Crazy. Have an awesome day.